he would step across the line. Habitually. He's a habitual line stepper.
You make me happy. Thank y'all for joining us on the Habitual Line Steppers podcast. I am Garrett Charles Langley Henson.
And I am Terry Ricardo the Shades of the Second. What's good, man? We are back. And like we always do it, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, comment on the videos. We talk back. What's good, man? It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a busy 2 weeks for your boy, man, with fucking 3 teams in tournaments, seasons wrapping up, another team starting. It's been a whirlwind for your boy, but that doesn't mean that I didn't take time to carve out time to watch some of these NBA games, man, because excitement is in the air, even for a lowly Atlanta Hawks fan like myself. But today, guys, we have a treat for you that we've been working on, been in the pipeline a couple weeks. We are going to rank the top 25 players in the NBA, the best 25 right now. Of course, everyone has their own criteria. What makes a winning player to Terry may be a little different than what's best to me. But we're going to do our best to nail down who are the top 25 guys in the league right now. Last time we did this, Terry lost his mind when I put Ja Morant at 13. And so we're hoping to have some similar fireworks this year.
That was 3 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Or was it 2 years ago?
I think it was just 2.
Was it 2 years ago? Yeah. That killed me. I ain't gonna lie. But we're gonna keep it moving. Ja, it's been a little shaky for Ja, so we might not see him on this list. You never know. Might not see him on this list.
So we're gonna break him down into tiers. All right, we're gonna start at 25, go down to 1, go 25 through 20, 20 through 15, etc., all the way down. And that way we'll kind of have some different blocks to talk about instead of debating every single player on this list.
Yeah.
So with no further ado,
no, I'm just saying we'll try to keep it as concise as possible. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to be like, did you see Bill Simmons? He just fucking fired through it like it was like, he did the video in like 10 minutes. I was like, 10 minutes for a top 25 video is like quick, dog. Come on.
Yeah, that's what happens when you do solo videos. Nobody has shit to say. So anyways, this other point that I wrote down.
Go ahead. Let's do it, man.
I'm saying that's how he did the video. Wow. But that's not how we're going to do ours. We're going to have some healthy debate. Man. So with no further ado, Terry, give me your 25 through 20. 25 through 21. 25 through 21.
25 through 21? All right. For me, 25, I got LaMelo Ball. 24, I got Trae Young. 23, I got Bam Adebayo. 22, I got Victor Wembanyama.
Ooh.
And 21, I got Jimmy Butler.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. Love Jimmy, man. Love him, but, a lot of injuries, man.
I didn't have any players the same as you in that tier. All right.
Go ahead.
25, I had Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah.
24, I had Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan.
23, I had Paolo Banchero. 22, I had Sabonis. And 21, I had Kyrie Irving.
All right.
So, obviously, we didn't agree about any of them. I think the biggest ones that stood out to me from your list, Terry, were LaMelo Ball and Jimmy Butler. So first talk to me about what encouraged you to rank LaMelo Ball, and then give me a little insight into Jimmy as well.
Man, so LaMelo is just, this year he's kind of showing us what he can do for sure. I mean, it's kind of similar to, I guess, maybe his second year in the league. He was pretty good when they gave him that All-Star nod. He's averaging 28 points this year. He's just super versatile, man. He's the engine of the Hornets. They're never going to be bad if he's playing in the games. Basically is what I'm saying. They're never going to be a bottom 5 team or whatever, in the league. Because he can just do it all, bro. He can rebound, he can pass, he can shoot. He's not the greatest defender in the world, but...
Yeah, I wouldn't say do it all.
No defending. But... for his size and what he does, I just like what he does more than Halliburton. I love Fox, but I just couldn't do it. Sometimes good shit with the Clutch Player of the Year award, a couple of years ago or whatever. But I'll take LaMelo over them any day, bro. LaMelo,
Okay.
I think LaMelo is just better than them. Talent wise, height, his ceiling is just higher. I like LaMelo, man.
His ceiling
really
is stupid high. Like his talent is.
He's 23.
His talent warrants being higher up the list. The problem is he hasn't played in a meaningful game since he was at Chino Hills.
They were in the playoff game. They played in a play-in game a couple of years ago.
He didn't play. He was hurt.
He missed that?
He was hurt.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're right.
He's never played in a postseason. Cliff, yeah. Or was it Borrego? I don't remember which one it was.
Yeah,
but
one of them. I don't watch them often.
Either way, he hasn't played in anything but like meaningless regular season games his entire career. So, also, he's the worst defensive player in the NBA by some margin right now, according to like all the defensive metrics.
Shout out him and Trae Young together.
Trae Young is ranked over 100 spots higher than him this season.
Good for him. At least he's trying this year.
LaMelo Ball's defense was so bad that he got benched in the fourth quarter 2 nights ago and played 2 minutes.
The Nets. I saw that.
Yeah.
NBA Cup game, too.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So if you're getting benched in the NBA Cup versus the Brooklyn Nets, I can't put you in the top 25.
Can't put him in there, huh?
Yeah.
Hey,
I can't
all
do
good.
it.
All good.
Talk to me about Jimmy Butler. Where do you have him again?
21.
Okay.
Jimmy's 21, slightly above Bam. Both of them, both Bam and Jimmy are kind of like in a similar boat, but like Jimmy separates himself from them. Just like his playmaking is still really good later on. He still finds his way, even though he's not healthy, he still finds a way to impact the game. Like for someone to not shoot threes in a 3-point shooting era, and for him to still get 27-7 type of every single year easily, and then we know what he does in the playoffs, but I couldn't leave him outside the 25. He's not playing great right now, as of right now. Of course he's always hurt every regular season. Everybody likes to say Miami has the best trainers and you shouldn't take rest and all this type of shit, but meanwhile Jimmy Butler's falling apart as we speak. He can barely play. He plays both sides of the ball hard. He's a great fucking player, man. I can't leave him off. For what he does in the postseason, it's Jordan-esque. Literally a couple of years ago, the dude was I was like, this dude.
And that's why he was higher for me. He's in the tier above.
But I mean, if we didn't really talk about
our criteria,
if it was, strictly this year or kind of, whatever. But I just couldn't. The name is there. I can't take him off. I can't take him off.
My criteria was kind of like, who would I rather have in the playoffs right now? Yeah. When the games matter, who do I have the most confidence in? So I had Jimmy Butler a little bit closer to the top on this list, like you mentioned, because of his incredible postseason performances.
Yeah.
But I do recognize that, again, he's not healthy all the way, and the Miami Heat have not exactly had a strong start to the season.
Not really.
Were there any from my my bottom 5 that you kind of raised an eyebrow to? I had Kat, Donovan Mitchell, Paolo Sabonis, and Kyrie Irving. Any of those guys warrant talking about?
I mean, bro, nah, not really. I mean, Sabonis, I feel like Sabonis is always 26, 27 for me.
Yeah.
I love him, though. I love what he does, but when I think about third team All NBA or fringe All-Star dudes, I think I'm always going to choose Bam, Wembanyama, Kat, or Julius Randle over Sabonis. It's just me. You
lost me at Julius Randle, my bro.
I know. But I love what Sabonis does, but sometimes in the playoffs he kind of just disappears, bro. So it's I love what he does regular season wise. I love the triple doubles. Hard worker, kills Anthony Davis almost every single time except for this year. Davis finally got his get back. But it's not a lot. I mean, impact wise, playoffs, Draymond Green taking his lunch, stepping on his chest, literally stepping on his fucking chest. I don't know. It's just not all the way there. I mean, it's no disrespect if I say he's 27, 28. He'd be the only one, but it's it's nitpicking. it's nitpicking, you know?
Yeah. I mean, you know where my soft spots are, dog. Like you give me a big man who can initiate the offense, who can post
Yeah.
up, you know what I mean, who's a connecting piece, who can rebound at an elite level.
Yeah.
That's my kind of guy. It's not his fault that the Kings have never put a rim protector around him ever. And they're like, oh, we'll just have Harrison Barnes protect the rim. Oh, we'll just have Keegan Murray protect the rim. Like,
Yeah.
That's not his fault. I would like to see him on a team that's a little better constructed. But in terms of what he brings every single night, I found a hard time leaving Sabonis off. I think Paolo was a guy that I was surprised that I managed to put this high. You know, he's hurt right now.
He's
was
hurt right
off to
now.
a
Yeah.
really strong start. You know, last year, I think he snuck in as a injury replacement all-star.
Mhm.
He looks to be like a guy who's on that super duper star trajectory where he took another leap this season. But I'm going to need to see a little bit more before I put him above guys like Kyrie Irving, who we've seen it from him in the biggest moments.
Yeah. It's tough, man. You got a problem with me putting Vic this high? 22?
I have him higher. So no.
Or low or whatever.
No, I don't have a problem with it because the Spurs aren't a good team, and he's not in an environment where it's like anything that you do is going to translate to the playoffs. But I think the eye test is like, this is the best defender in the world. And even if you're just an average offensive player, he's so good on defense, like you're a top 20 player just based on that.
Yeah. No, that's facts.
So no beef with me there. All right, let's go 20 through 15 then. All right, I'll start it off. At number 20, I had Trae Young. At number 19, I have Derek White. At number 18, I have Tyrese Halliburton. At number 17, I have Paul George. And at number 16, I have Jimmy Butler.
Paul George, man. Man. That's an interesting one, man. Paul George, bro. Like, it's like when you look at his numbers, you're like, all right, yeah, I get it. But then sometimes, like, when you watch the games, you're like, where is he? Like, is he on the court? Like, how many games has he played this year?
I'm sorry, am I talking to Terry DeShazo or Norman Powell? Addition by subtraction.
Norman Powell fucking averaging 26 a game right now.
Right.
He's going to sneak around and get a Supermax fucking third team All NBA. Oh, man, the Sixers are 2-11. Like, if we did this, you know what? Honestly, bro, I don't even know, bro. Just for me, if we did this shit even before the season started, because I feel like we always like to see, like, you know, first 10 games, and then we'll be like, all right, this looks this looks that, or whatever. But I don't know if I would have still put him 25 or anything. I'm not sure.
What? He's just not in the top 25, period?
Bro, he's the opposite of what
you'd rather have LaMelo Ball than Paul George?
I haven't seen LaMelo in the playoffs, so he hasn't given me evidence of, like, oh, he disappeared.
Right, exactly.
Big PG. I mean, I can't blame him. He got drafted by the Hornets. Like, that's not his fault. He lives in Charlotte. It ain't his fault he lives in Charlotte and has to deal with all that ineptitude down there. But
it is his fault that he's played 50 games in the last 2 years.
Yeah, he be getting hurt. He gets hurt. It is what it is. Look, man, he just the Sixers are 2-11, bro. I can't do it, man. I can't go for it. His numbers are great, but the playoff,
he's probably
he's
played 5
disappearing.
games this season, Terry. Like, I'm not basing this list off of the 5 games that he's played without the 3 stars. They still have never played together, Maxey Embiid and Paul George. Like,
hey,
I'm not having a referendum on Paul George's career because he hasn't played with healthy teammates.
Let's talk about that. Oh, he hasn't played with the guys this year. Oh, somehow him and Kawhi didn't really play in a whole shitload of games either.
Yeah,
that was the years before. Oh, OKC. What happened with him, Russ, and Carmelo? He didn't do shit in that playoff series.
That was terrible. That was.
I mean, come on, what we're doing? Indiana PG, beautiful. Yeah. OKC PG, great regular season. I think he was top 5 voting in MVP. After that, see you later. Also, I'll say it to the day I die. I will never forgive him for getting COVID for a playing game. A 1-game play-in gets COVID, can't play in the game. What the fuck are you doing? Stay in the hotel room. Don't leave. Stop, bro.
Hey, he was busy checking out what Rachel Nichols had going on in her suite. Jimmy, how'd you beat me here?
Besides that, what did you put Paul George?
I had him 17.
Was he third? Was he All NBA last year? Paul George?
I don't know.
I gotta check that. Is he?
I think
Do you
for
think
me,
he can?
he's
Can he win All NBA this year?
I don't think he will because the Sixers are just absolute calamity, and it's hard to reward a player from that type of team who's 2-11, with an All NBA spot.
Yeah.
At the same time, he's still maybe not an elite defender, but a very, very good defender. He's still an
all right.
Excellent secondary creator, a good 3-point shooter, an excellent mid-range scorer. He finishes efficiently at the rim. Is he a 1 on a championship team? No, he's not. But the dude absolutely contributes to winning, and I don't think it's his fault that he had to play with Russell Westbrook and aged, fucking washed up Carmelo Anthony in OKC. Then he had to go play with the corpse of Kawhi Leonard and adding in James Harden, who looks like an absolute shell of himself this year. And then now he's in Philadelphia with, injured-ass Joel Embiid, who, even when he plays, looks like he's grossly out of shape. And Tyrese Maxey, who couldn't throw a rock in the ocean right now.
I can't go.
Paul George, he accomplished more in Indiana than LaMelo Ball has in his entire lifetime. I'm not dropping him off of this list.
Awesome. He hasn't made All-NBA since 2021. It's a new era of guys coming in. See you later. It was nice knowing you. Great player. Love it. See you later. Also, Tyrese Halliburton, abso-fucking-lutely not. Hate it.
Too high? Too low?
Too high. He's not.
Hold on. He's not on your list. He didn't make your top 25.
Nope.
The guy finished in the top 5 of MVP voting last year, and you don't have him in your top 25. He beat your New York Knicks in the playoffs.
The Knicks were injured.
Oh, give me a break.
So were they not injured? Was everyone hurt?
Were the Pacers not hurt too?
Ben Mathurin was out. Anybody else? Who else was out? You're missing one important person. The Knicks missed like 4 dudes.
Tyrese Halliburton was hurt and played through injury the whole time, unlike the whole Knicks
roster.
Jalen
Brunson was hurt as well. Okay, 1 for 1.
He wasn't hurt.
Jalen
Brunson was fine.
No, he was not. He was hurt.
What was he hurt with? He
wasn't hurt.
He played like shit. No.
He had a wrist injury.
No, he did the LeBron afterwards. I wrapped it up. I hit the white.
We're not doing that.
Fractured my hand, guys. Oh,
no, we're not doing that.
Hey, I don't want to talk about me coming up short in the fourth quarter. I want to talk about this wrapped up wrist that I have.
Definitely not doing that. First of all, because LeBron scored like 30 after that still. He averaged 30 after that. Brunson, I'm not saying Brunson disappeared, but he let me down. But he was hurt. They're both hurt. I get it. But all they were missing was, I think, if I'm correct, was just, I believe, Ben Mathurin. But they had everyone else. And Siakam got added to it. They had a better team than we did. I did not expect us to win that matchup. But
I can't believe you have LaMelo Ball on this list and not Tyrese Halliburton. This is blowing my mind. This is the guy who got MVP votes for the whole league. People thought he was the best player in the whole league.
Brother, what did he look like after? When he got hurt and came back.
Fucked y'all in the ass and went to the Eastern Conference Finals.
I'm not talking about team for team. What did he
looked like a guy who couldn't shoot threes or finish at the rim, but still didn't turn the ball over and still got 10-plus assists.
Cool. You're fucking Rajon Rondo. I love that.
Yeah, Rondo, fantastic. I take Rondo over
25 player
any day. I take
Rondo. Rondo's not a top 25 player in this NBA right now.
Yeah, he
absolutely
is.
not. No, he's not. No. Trae Young.
I had Trae Young below Halliburton.
No. I'm just saying, is Trae Young is better than Rondo right now?
No, he's not.
Numbers wise, are you crazy? Rondo can even play in this league. He can't shoot.
God,
do you think Rondo would even be playing? God. Do you think Rondo would be playing if he can't make an outside jump shot? The coaches right now would be like, "Yo, this dude can't shoot past 15 feet. He's not gonna step foot on the court." I love him.
Yeah, but you rank Ja Morant in the top fucking 10, who has the exact same issue. Okay, all right. I see how we're doing.
And Rondo.
If Rondo is 10 times better than Ja Morant, get the fuck out of here with this.
That's crazy. Anything else? I think I'm good. Besides that, I'm okay with it.
Trae Young at 20. You good with it?
Yeah, Trae Young. He's an all-star. He gets snubbed every fucking year. It's really annoying. I'm kind of sick of it. Like at first, it was fun and cool hating on him because I'm a Knicks fan. It's still, every now and then I'll still give him a little bit of hate, but he's good. He's stepped his defense up. I got nothing bad to say about him.
Derek White, you good with that too? 19, one spot better than Trae Young.
You know, I hate Derek White. Like, that's not. I don't think Derek White's a top 40 player. So, look,
wow,
he's a great contributor to a winning team. But I mean, what do you want me to say, man? Like, what do you think? You think he's an all-star, right?
Yeah,
I told
you at the All-Star voting last year.
You said it last year. I remember.
Yep. At least I've been consistent, man. I love Derek White. I think everything he does helps the team win. He doesn't do anything that fucking hurts the team ever.
It's crazy. It's fucking wild.
What is Derek White bad at?
What is he bad at? I guess he's not bad at anything.
Right. Like, even his worst skill is like above league average.
Just because you're above average at everything, that doesn't mean you're a top 25 player in the NBA, though.
It doesn't mean you're top 10, but for me, it means you're number 19. All right, what was your 20 through 16? Cool.
Well, 20, is my boy, young jump a lot, Ja Morant. That's easy. Ja's not 20. That's crazy.
He's not even 25.
That's it. For you. Yeah, that's cool. All right,
you go put Ja over Tyrese Halliburton. This is so ridiculous.
Don't forget, Ja was like a top fucking 2015 player like a couple years ago when Memphis was good. Remember when Memphis was really good?
Yeah,
they were like the number 2 seed in the West.
Washed out in the fucking playoffs.
Hey, teams lose.
Remember when Memphis was fraudulent? I remember.
Yeah, Indiana's not fraudulent. That's wild.
No.
Anyways, 20 Ja, 19 Tyrese. 18,
Tyrese Halliburton, hold on, Tyrese Maxey or Halliburton?
Maxey, my bad. I gotta say last name. Tyrese Maxey.
This is a crazy list.
I apologize.
You have Tyrese Maxey over Trae Young too.
Tyrese Maxey's 19.
What the fuck has Tyrese Maxey done?
What do you mean? He gets crazy numbers.
Yeah, he's leading the NBA in shot attempts. He's shooting 30% from the field. Yeah. He's the most inefficient player in the entire NBA right now.
He's got no PG and no
never done anything in the playoffs.
Son,
couldn't hold the torch.
The 6th and 5th players on his team became the 2nd and 3rd best players on his team. What do you expect him to do? Nobody in that position would have been like, "Oh yeah, guys, I got you. Lead you to the promised land." Like, come on, bro.
Come on. I still like that surrounding cast that he had for last playoffs more than the Atlanta Hawks roster for the last 3 years.
You had Maxey on the list, though, right? Where was Maxey for you? 20-something?
He's not on the list.
He's not on your list?
He's not close to making the list.
Not close? Okay, cool.
No, he wasn't even in my top 30.
That's wild. You see? This is why I wanted to do this. I want to know where you're at. I remember when
I don't like inefficient players who play on 2-11 teams who don't help their team win in the playoffs, who can't defend their position.
I understand. I get it. It's okay.
At least Trae Young is an offensive orchestrator. Like, you could put 4 bums around him and they're going to score 110 points a game. Tyrese Maxey, what's his career high for assists? 5?
Probably 8. Maybe 12. You never know.
No, I mean his average.
Oh, probably 6.
Yeah. No, I can't do it. Can't get there. Especially over Halliburton. You picked the wrong Tyrese, Terry. I think that was a typo. No. I think that's a typo.
Hey, if somebody shoots 20-something% from 3, I'm not rocking with him at all.
Oh, I don't mean Tyrese Maxey this season?
Bro, the shots he's taking are insane. He's got nobody on his team. We're good. Let's see when everybody's back, we'll be all right. We'll see what we got. He's not an all-star. Yeah, maybe. He's fringe.
Okay.
Fringe.
Okay.
Anyways, 18, Donovan Mitchell. I think before the season started, I don't know if I would have put him 18. I think I probably would have put him very close to 25. Yeah. But great start.
I had him 24. Very close to 25.
Yeah. It was a great start, but I got him in there. What was that? That was 18. So I'm going to 16, right?
Yep.
All right. 16 for me. Devin Booker.
You skipped 17, I think.
17, my bad. 17, Devin Booker. 16, Jaylen Brown.
Whew. Wow. I had both of those guys in the tier below, but I can't argue too much. Everyone in this range, you can debate them. I think my beefs are the Maxey one, and I don't have as much of a beef with the Donovan Mitchell one because, as you said, like
he's around. Yeah.
he the Cavs off to a fantastic start. He's learning to actually not play your turn, my turn basketball. The Cavs look really good. He did have success in Utah, so I don't have any problems with you ranking him higher. But I'm going to hold off for now. I'd rather have guys like Derek White and Jimmy Butler for now.
That's cool.
No major beef from that besides your boy Tyrese Maxey.
You don't care about Devin Booker being 17? Is that too high?
I have him lower, but again, I think this cluster, there's very little separating, like 12 and 16. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a hair's margin. I understand it, but I did have Booker higher. Yeah. All right, give me your 15 through 11, Terry. Now we're really starting to get down to the best players in the league, the All-NBA guys.
15 to 11, you want me to go?
Yeah.
15. This might surprise you. Crown the man. LeBron James. 15.
Whoa.
Love him. My favorite player ever.
Whoa.
I think he's the GOAT. I think he's the absolute GOAT. But everybody needs to calm down with the Olympic stuff. All right. He was great in the Olympics. That's one of the greatest teams ever assembled. But they're playing a lot of European EuroLeague stars. You know what I'm saying? It's not a lot of NBA dudes. I get it. LeBron's the best EuroLeague player I've ever seen. All right, he's up there. But when it comes to the NBA and these athletes, I can't give it to him. I got to put him around 15. His impact for winning is kind of dipped for me. I still love watching him play, but AD is way better as far as like actually being the leader for this team. They need to go ahead and let that. They've definitely let him, AD, take the reins this year. But LeBron, 15. I can't do anything.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. I know. It sounds crazy.
I can't wait to hear who's at 14.
I had an argument about your boy being lower than that, but I didn't do it. 14, Jalen Brunson.
Okay.
Look, man. Love him. He does everything great. Not the best defender I've ever seen in my life. He's 6'1". There's a limit to what he can do, man. It is what it is. It's not much I can say, man. Like, I'm a Knicks fan. I love what he does, but maybe I'm a little too critical of what he does sometimes. Sometimes he's just a little chucker. I'm not gonna lie. He just be chucking that shit. He just shoots a lot. And I'm like, hey, man, that was a horrible shot. There was fucking 16 seconds left on the shot clock. There's 12 seconds left on the shot clock. Can you be more efficient? I love the way he drives. Give me some more kicks. Dudes be wide open. He doesn't pass it. A little selfish. That's it. I got nothing more to say. You got a gripe with it?
I had Jalen Brunson higher. I had LeBron much higher. I'd like to hear the rest of this tier before I give my final opinion, Terry.
Before you go crazy?
Yeah, exactly. And then it's my turn to unleash.
Okay. Calm down, Skip Bayless. So that was what, 14?
Right? Yeah.
14 was Jalen Brunson. 13, for all the shit I was talking, I was just bullshitting. I got Tyrese Halliburton. 13.
Oh my God. What the fuck, Terry? You're so annoying.
I'm just trolling you, man. Halliburton is an orchestrator, man. He's one of the best orchestrators I've ever seen in my fucking life. Look, besides last year when he got hurt, came back, played absolutely horribly, couldn't shoot a three. What I saw in the beginning, absolutely fantastic. He's actually one of my favorite players to watch. When he gets that shot back,
I believe this. I think
no.
I don't think you played me. I think you played yourself and forgot that you had him on your list. That's what
I'm fucking with you. I was just messing with you. No, he's really, really good. He's an awesome basketball player, bro. I love him. He can getting 12 assists with no turnovers.
It's stupid.
is so hard. Like, I don't think people understand like how hard that is. The fact that you can not even get one turnover. Just go out and play pickup and not turn the ball over once. But have the ball in your hands for majority of the game. Not just fucking just be out there just blooping it around, just passing around the perimeter like a little bitch. Take it. Be the point guard. See if you don't get any turnovers. That shit is impossibly hard. I love what he does. He's 13 for me.
Okay.
12. You good?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. 12. Honorable mention, even though he's not playing this year, I put Kawhi at 12. When he's not hurt, he's up there. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing I can do about it.
Listen, I understand he didn't make the list.
I got you.
I understand that Pete Kawhi probably even should be higher, but my God, we haven't seen him and Pete Kawhi in the playoffs for more than one game in a row.
Last year, though.
He played a lot last year. In the playoffs for more than one game in a row in 5 years now.
It's been 5 years. It's been a minute.
So that's a bridge too far for your boy.
It's been a minute.
As much as I absolutely love Kawhi, you remember I've been riding the Kawhi is better than Kevin Durant train for about a decade now.
Yeah.
But you know what? The train has reached the station and it's my turn to get off.
I got you. No, I got you. And then last one, right? 11?
Yep.
This might hurt you. You might be okay with it.
Jalen Johnson.
I wish. He's really good though. Nah, I got Banchero at 11.
Oh wow.
Yeah. He's a fucking bro. Even though he's hurt right now, mini train, bro.
Yeah.
Mini absolute locomotive. He was killing it for me. And Orlando didn't drop off with him leaving, which is surprising, but I had him at 11, man. This was like 2 weeks ago when I started making this shit. And I was like, you know what? If I'm going to put Kawhi on that shit, I'm going to leave this dude on there, too.
Having Paolo Banchero over LeBron is nasty work, Terry. I'm just going to say
LeBron is not impacting winning, guys. He really is not. Not for the Lakers.
No.
It's AD, Dalton Connect, Austin Reeves. LeBron be out there fiddling it around. Look, they beat the Pelicans. He had, 2 nice back-to-back threes. That was cool. He does a little, the little fucking intimidator. I ain't seen that in a Lakers jersey in a minute.
No, it might have been since the bubble.
So, I mean, come on now. Everybody think about it. I know the Kobe Bryant fans and the LeBron haters, but Lakers fans are like, hey, let him cook. Let this man cook. I love LeBron, bro. You know I do. I think he's better than Jordan, but my man is 39, dog. What am I like? Come on,
Paolo is crazy, bro. Paolo is crazy, bro.
Locomotive.
He played one playoff series in his career, and he's better than LeBron James.
It's the new NBA, man.
Okay,
it's the new NBA, dog.
All right, I think LeBron is obviously my biggest beef. Like, yeah, I have him inside the top 10.
Yeah, let me hear you defend LeBron.
I mean, it's a really easy case. Like, when the playoffs come around, he's still one of the 10 best players in the world. He
for 30 minutes
identifies mismatches and hunts them relentlessly. On defense, he has enough gas in the tank to compete in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. He saves himself up. It's not his fault that they ran into the best player in the world the last 2 seasons in a row in the postseason. They have no answer for Nikola Jokic, and to be fair, not many people do. Obviously, in the regular season, he's kind of taken a backseat to AD this year. But I think that's probably for the best, so that he has enough juice left for the playoffs. Mm-hmm. LeBron has accomplished more in the last 3 years than Banchero has in his entire lifetime. So
no, that's facts.
Even though this is a Chris Paul, Steph Curry, different escalator situation right now, I still like everything LeBron has accomplished. And if it came down to a conference final or something like that, and the Lakers happen to find themselves in it, and the Magic happen to find themselves in it, I have more confidence in LeBron to deliver on the biggest stage than I do with Paolo.
Hey, look, I think LeBron James is, if the game's 30 minutes, He's the best player in the world. Unfortunately, there's 18 more minutes, and he'd be running out of gas, man. I like the way JJ Redick is conserving his minutes this year, and if we do this next year, I might change it because he's looking a little better in the fourth than when Darvin Ham was the coach, and kind of the end of Vogel because the way he's kind of doing the substitutions, but it's just a lot of. He ain't doing a whole lot in the fourth quarter. It's a lot of AD, a lot of Reeves, a lot of Dalton, a lot of Rui's doing some shit sometimes. D'Lo's orchestrating. I love LeBron. He's chilling. Like he's a power forward, pick and roll pass. He's Chris Webber. He's a faster fucking Chris Webber. Chris Webber was a 21, 10, and 7 dude. LeBron's around 21, 8, and 8.
Yeah, Chris Webber wasn't shooting 8 threes a game and bringing the ball up the court in transition.
I'm just saying
that's beyond insulting to LeBron James.
He's not killing it. He's not killing it like that. This dude's only averaging 22, 8, and 8. That's not top 10, bro.
Okay. All right.
Is that top 10?
I heard your case. Again, everyone has their own profile for what's important to them. For me, your regular season averages are not as important as to what I know you can do and have proved you can do in the postseason time and time again. So I think it's just a different of philosophies on that one. I understand where you're coming from. Banchero is on an upward trajectory. LeBron is on the downward. But I still think LeBron, all that experience, all that guile, the highest basketball IQ in the world aside from Nikola Jokic, that's got to count for something. So I still have him higher. All right. My 15 to 11, I think this is when we're going to start to have some different beefs.
All right.
Number 15, I have Wemby.
That's cool.
Number 14, I have Joel Embiid.
Whoa.
Stop the presses. You want to stop? Or you want to go?
Oh. 14. Yo, he's... Damn. Is it the health?
It's 40% the health. I think it's 60% that we've now seen you in the league for, this is your 11th year, and you've never won a second round playoff game. Not a series.
Yeah. I mean, that's true.
It's like he's come up short every single time in his career in the postseason. And so if my criteria is going to be consistent and what I care about is how much do you help us win a fucking championship, he hasn't been in shape. He hasn't been healthy. And he's never performed close to his regular season output in the playoffs. So as much as I love the guy, I can't do it, man. 14 is where I got you, bro.
Hey, yo, I ain't gonna lie. I don't vehemently disagree. I know the number looks crazy, but if we're talking about superstars, progressing and playing better than what they have done in the regular season, he's the exact opposite. He's the Karl Malone. He might be the new Karl Malone, minus all the allegations, but the being really bad in the playoffs opposed to what he does regular season wise, and he doesn't play against.
He's Phillip Rivers.
Well, basketball wise, he's like Tracy McGrady.
Yeah.
Mix in a little bit of new young Dirk Nowitzki.
And it doesn't it doesn't help the fact that what we've seen from him this season has been an absolute abomination.
Yeah.
He can't even fucking rebound.
Yeah.
It's like the Monstars stole his ability and it's in that basketball now. And he's just this big fucking Cameroonian guy walking around getting tired after 2 minutes.
Defensively, he definitely has regressed a lot.
Unbelievably.
Yeah,
he used to be a top 5 defender in the league. Now it's he's a liability for other teams' offensive rebounding.
Yeah, it's bad, man. It's bad.
So I have him at 14. At 13, I had Jaylen Brown. At 12, I had Devin Booker. At 12, I had Jalen Brunson. And at 11, I had Devin Booker.
11, Devin Booker. Jalen Brunson, 12. I don't have a problem with them. Devin Booker, bro. I'm going to need for you to play better than Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards, I have ranked above Devin Booker.
I know.
For the first time this postseason changed.
And I thought Edwards was going to be in this, so I am a little bit surprised by that. But your book, you got to beat Anthony Edwards, man. Like, that's why I have him at 17, because I can't have someone in my same position when I have Kevin Durant as a teammate and Bradley Beal, who was kind of hurt, whatever.
Just missed the list.
Yeah. He's in the conversation with Klay Thompson.
Right.
No, like
he just missed our top 75, Bradley Beal.
I know, right? Yeah, but Devin Booker, man, he be getting outplayed by Anthony Edwards. And I remember we had the conversation. I asked you. It was early. And it was before the series started. I was like, who's better, Edwards or Booker? And you're like, oh, Booker by far. Booker does this. Booker does that. Anthony Edwards took his fucking lunch, man.
He did.
And he's continuously taking it. And I will refuse to put him as All-NBA until he fucking beats him head-to-head. This is the year because the Timberwolves are down.
Seems like an odd criteria to have for All-NBA. But
is he the number one shooting guard? Devin Booker is the number one shooting guard in the league?
It's Anthony Edwards.
There we go. Get the fuck out of here. I don't want you at 15. Get out of here.
So I had him at 11. But he did still lead a team to the finals and was up 2-0. And then Chris Paul didn't lead him there, scored 14 points a game. No, fuck he didn't.
Effect, baby. No. Chris Paul effect.
Yeah, that's why they blew the lead in the finals. That's not why they got there.
Scott Foster. Yeah, shout out to Scott Foster.
He did turn that whole series.
Hey, yo, Scott
And then put out a music video with him and all the other refs getting in a limo and rapping on their way to the arena.
Nah. Shout out to Scott Foster, man. That's the only one. I don't really have like a super gripe. Embiid at 14 is really wild, though, man.
You good with Wemby at 15?
I'm okay with it. I don't like the way his offensive game doesn't seem to be increasing, but it is just his second year, so maybe I expected a different type of jump because we saw him be awesome like the last 40 games of the season.
Yeah.
Not seeing the same thing. Chris Paul, not doing a lot for me, dog. Help my boy Wemby out, man. Pop has been out, though. He has had some health concerns, so I don't know if that's kind of changed exactly.
That might be a blessing in disguise for them.
But he's not playing great, though. What? Isn't he averaging like 20?
Yeah.
I don't even think it's 19.7, right?
Yeah, it's something around there. It's not efficient.
Threes.
He did have that game where he hit like 6 or 7 or 8 threes. I don't remember, but the rest of it has been pretty hit or miss. He's taking his shots like way farther from the basket than he was last year, which is my biggest concern. However, he's still the best defensive player in the league by a gigantic margin. And if you're the best by that much and you're also a 20-point per game scorer and a double-digit rebounder, you're in the top 15 for me.
I got you.
He's just that good on defense. You know what I mean? Like, we always count offense more than defense, but, like, my God, his defense it's at the point where, like, he just single-handedly ruins 3-on-1 fast breaks. Like, it's shit that we've never fucking seen before. It's going out and hedging on a guard out to the three-point line and recovering to block a lob attempt at the rim, like, one step later. Like, it's just shit that has defied what we think is possible to even do on defense. So there's two sides of the court, and with him being that dominant on one, like, if he was this dominant on offense, what type of numbers would he have to be putting up, like, for it to be the same, like 35 and 20? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If he was averaging that, everyone would be like, "Oh, easy, no way." But because it's the other end of the court, everyone's like, "I don't know. He takes a lot of threes."
Yeah, that's true. Surprised I didn't see KD, not gonna lie.
I had to be real with myself. Terry.
Okay. I thought you were about to say not on the list.
As much as I would have loved to have done that.
Don't allow snakes in my grass. Not on the list. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, he's kind of gotten over that. But, hey, I got no problem with that, man.
All right.
So you want to go?
10 through 6.
10 through 6, you?
Number 10, one spot above Devin Booker. It's Anthony Edwards. He
Taking lunch.
Came really far in the playoffs, started to have a more efficient shot diet, has developed into one of the best perimeter defenders in the league, 3-level scorer. Number 1 in the NBA right now in three-pointers made. Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, yo, he's shooting crazy. You heard what he said, right? He was like, I just copied Damian Lillard's follow through.
No.
Yeah, he was like with the Olympics. He was like, yeah, I was trying to practice Steph's. You know, I was practicing KD's, and then I was like, well, Dame shoots pretty well. Let me practice that real quick. And then he was making a lot of practice, so he said he started practicing that. And now he's shooting it like that. What's he shooting from 3? Like 40-something%, 46?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's on like over 10 attempts per game too. Like he's putting them up and knocking them down. So Anthony Edwards number 10.
Yeah.
LeBron was number 9.
I got no problem with it. He's
SGA
good.
was number 8.
Ooh, whoa! So you got an SGA problem?
Yeah,
and we need to solve it. What's going on? Second in MVP voting last year.
Mm-hmm.
Averaged 31 a game.
Yep.
Last year,
sure did.
Number 1 seed.
Yep.
60 wins.
Yeah, all that. That's why you're in the top 10. That's why you're number 8.
He's number 8 though. He's not in the conversation with the 5s.
I'm going to need you to win more than one playoff series in your career before I put you in the top 5, buddy.
You need playoff stuff like...
Yes.
You can't even
playoff stuff.
I need to see you
win in the second round if you're going to be in the top 5, bro. Again, we're talking about winning a championship. Winning a championship.
He is young, though.
Yeah, he's got plenty of time. I think 8 is plenty fair for him. Number 7, I have Kevin Durant.
I'm cool with that.
And then number 6, I have Anthony Davis.
Man.
So, Anthony Edwards, LeBron, SGA, Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis. 10 through 6.
You think Anthony Davis is better than Kevin Durant?
Yes.
Like actually, though?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, let me. You don't like Kevin Durant.
Again, elite two-way player. Anthony Davis is the second best defender in the league right now behind Wembanyama.
Yeah, he's great.
Single-handedly doing name one good defensive player on the Lakers besides Anthony Davis. Quick. Thank you.
Christie.
Yeah. So Anthony Davis, he's leading it. He's scored like 30 a game. He's the offensive hub. He's playing really efficient, and he's single-handedly like putting their defense together. That's why they're so bad in transition. They're the worst team in NBA history in transition defense. It's because Anthony Davis isn't back there to protect the rim.
No, it's not because
when
LeBron plays no fucking defense and D'Lo is your point guard.
It's because both of them are slow running back on defense, and you don't have AD set up there. But in the half court, Lakers still top 10 defense, and that's all Anthony Davis.
They also play really slow.
If you're the second best defender in the league, and you're also giving me 30 and fucking 12, and I got him above KD, who's a marvelous shot maker, who is a 3-level scorer, who is a 50-40-90 guy, who isn't a bad defender, but there's a difference between top 2 defender and 30-point scorer, number 1 option on your team, and like unbelievable, unguardable offensive creator.
I got you. I get that. The only gripe I have is if you're that high on a list, you got to be able to make it to the second round. For me, you know, that's why I respect that.
For Anthony Davis?
For Anthony Davis, yeah. I respect that.
Remember, they went to the conference finals 2 years ago. It was just because they ran into Jokic again last year that they didn't make it out.
So
but they were in the Western Conference Finals like not too long ago, bro.
Hey, let's not forget the injuries. They lost in the first round.
When's the last time Kevin Durant went to a conference finals?
I got you. I understand. I don't know if I'm ready. Like I'm a big LeBron fan. I don't hate AD, but it's a little bit of the Paul George. Now you see me, now you don't. Sometimes not this year, all the way.
Or last year.
A little bit of last year for me too. They should have had a better record with him and LeBron were fucking healthy for that many games together. They played a lot of games together, and they weren't like a top 4 seed. I didn't love it coming into this season.
I mean, they did have a terrible roster, and Darvin Ham as their coach, Terry.
Yeah, bro, but like, come on. If you got 2 top 10 players and it's 5 people on the fucking basketball court, I get it. But if 2 of your players are top 10, you have to have a great record. I don't really care about all this other shit. Jokic can fucking do it with somebody else.
SGA's team was really good. Top 30 player. Jamal Murray.
So Jokic's team was good. I'm just saying, Jokic was really good. His team was good. Luka's team was fucking good. Towards the end,
Luka is surrounded by fucking all-stars and good contributors. Like, come on.
When these dudes, if you're, I can't give you 6 if your team isn't really good. That's all I'm saying. Lakers are okay right now. They've been beating up a bunch of shit teams recently. They're 9-4, but most of their wins are versus bad teams. I can't do top 6. Love him. Great 2-way player. He's not top 6 for me. But I get it. If KD is the barometer, you like AD more than KD. I think I kind of do as well, just because both sides. But gotta be more winning. That's all. More winning, man. I get the roster and the coach and all that, and the Lakers are very
not
fucking
enough to
hard.
win a championship 3 years ago and then go to the conference finals 2 years ago. Not enough. We need.
They
more
won a
winning.
championship.
Tell me what
4 years ago.
Tell me what the fuck KD has won in that same time frame.
And look, I get it. If KD is your barometer, AD is better.
Well, let me hear your list then. All right, since we think 6 is way too high for AD.
It is.
All right.
Yeah.
Give it to me, baby.
AD, 10. I need better winning. I need more winning. Love it. He's a great player, right? Like, we're both not saying he's not great. Yeah. But sometimes I just feel like he's not. And maybe it could be that the Lakers roster is fucking absolutely trash and their coaching situation was bad. But at the end of the day,
you don't say. Starting Cam Reddish 50 games and Taurean Prince and all these guys?
I get it. But at the end of the day, 2 players on your team are top 10. Like I said, I need 50 plus wins, guys.
Didn't they win 49 last year? Wasn't it in the high 40s? 48, 49?
It might have been 48. But they haven't been a 4 seed since they won the championship.
Yeah.
And that was 2020.
Yeah.
I can't go for it.
Okay.
80-10.
80's at 10.
KD 9. Ant 8. Ant is only 8 because he stole the Suns' lunch. He absolutely fucking crushed them last year, and he seems to be ascending. KD is, still pretty level. He hasn't really dropped. He's dropped slightly, but he's still really good. But I got Ant slightly above them at 8. 7 for me is Tatum.
Whoa.
What?
Wow.
Hey, bro.
I didn't see that coming.
Good championship. Can you win a Finals MVP for me? Oh, no, you couldn't. Could you win Eastern Conference Finals? Oh, no, that was Jaylen Brown as well. How about this? We got the Olympics coming up. Can you be the star? Oh, you didn't barely play. Oh, okay. That's totally fine. What do? You shoot a bunch of threes. You know what? Your teammates, they do the same thing as you. Oh, okay. How many free throws do you shoot a game? Stars, they usually are in the top 5 of shooting free throws, right? Oh, no, not Jason Tatum. Really good defender. Were you guarding the best? Oh, no, that was Jaylen Brown was guarding Luka in the finals. Oh, okay. Love you, brother.
Terry, I think that's the best argument I've ever heard for why Jason Tatum should be 7.
I need more, man. I need more. And then Embiid is 6.
You may have swayed me. That Jason Tatum argument was really good.
I'm just saying, man.
All right, Joel Embiid is 6. Let's talk about it. You have him over Anthony Davis. I make the case for me why you have more confidence.
Over AD?
Yeah, why you think Embiid is better than Anthony Davis. State your case.
This is a tough one. But AD?
Does he play in Denver?
Let me start with Embiid.
Oh, yeah, AD does play in Denver.
Now, let me start with Embiid. Embiid, look, minus injuries, best player in the fucking league. For me, when he's completely healthy. That's just me.
Which we've gotten to see for 40-game stretches in the regular season only. For an 11-year stretch of his career.
Hey, look. And everybody, if everybody wants this regular season shit is starting to get on my nerves because They play all these fucking games. They're on TV. I need for y'all to watch it, or otherwise, what the fuck are we doing here? Now, I'm gonna go off on a rant. A good barometer to see if this regular season shit matters is if the Sixers and the Bucks don't make the playoffs. I'm rooting for that because everybody think, playoffs, playoffs is the only thing that matters. If the fucking Bucks and Sixers still end up making the playoffs and then go deep, then my whole shit is cooked. But I'm gonna need for them to not make the playoffs. Then we're gonna be like, oh, where's Giannis? Where's Embiid? Oh, we don't get to see him. Blah blah blah. Fuck off. Now that was just a slight rant. Embiid is fucking awesome. Now defensively, he has been falling off for me. He looks very fucking slow and sluggish. The injuries have really plagued him. But over the last 2 to 3 years, top 5 MVPs, it was really hard for me to leave him outside of the 10 just because of the resume. AD has not been in MVP conversation since the beginning of this year and maybe 2020. That's a 4-year stretch, bro.
When we talk about resumes, I would much rather have AD's over Joel Embiid's any
I got
day.
you. I mean,
especially considering that MVP champion that fucking Joel Embiid won was in a climate of social justice where white people were scared out of their fucking mind and they would not vote. Nikola Jokic could have scored 50 points a game and they wouldn't have voted for him. That was when you saw black people or white people walking around with Black Lives Matter fucking keychains, Black Lives Matter backpacks, Black Lives Matter signs in their front yard. I'm one of the good ones. Please don't raid my house. The most fraudulent MVP I think I can remember since Derrick Rose.
He should have won the one before, honestly.
No, he shouldn't have. No, he shouldn't have.
It was closer for that year than the year that he actually got it.
The further we get from it, the more we realize he never was close. He took a bunch of shots. He had an incredible efficiency. And what did it amount to?
Not much. Hey, look, he got hurt too. I think it's the Larry Bird.
And that's fucking part of it, bro.
Yeah. Like, they will not give anyone 3 MVPs in a row.
Yeah.
Not even Michael Jordan or LeBron could do it. They're not giving it to Jokic. He's not getting it. But Embiid, he's great. He looks nasty this year. I'm not gonna lie. He looks fucking absolutely disgusting. There's not really much I can say about what he looks like this year. He looks really bad.
Even with the MVP stuff, I'd rather have Anthony Davis's like continuing all-star every year, not hurt, available.
I understand.
And won a fucking championship and got to a conference finals. Whereas Embiid is like, this year 11, buddy. The highlight of your career was watching Kawhi Leonard's shot hit the rim 6 times and then go in.
I completely understand. I'm with you. But healthy Embiid, one of the best players in the league, man. And 6 is still one of the best players in the league. Yeah. I'm not saying that, but he's 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm saying? Luka just got in here. So he's kind of changed it a little bit because last year also he made the finals. But Embiid was, it was the 1, 2, 3. Jokic, Giannis, Embiid. Who do you like? I like Embiid.
Okay. I love him, but man, I'm starting
But if he starts to get the 35 a game going again, he's the most dominant player in this league. You think it's between him and Jokic? Who's the most dominant? I'm not saying better. I think Jokic is the
Jokic,
best
and it's not even close. It's not even. Okay. It's not even a conversation to me. What Jokic is doing this year. We'll get to him in a little bit.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I think we both are in agreement that he's at least top 2.
Yeah, definitely in agreement on that. All right. We're here, 5 through 1, the very best in the NBA. Give me your top 5.
I got SGA 5. He, young dude was really, 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 really good last year. This year is kind of continuing on it. The numbers have dropped slightly, but they'll probably come back up again since Chet is out, unfortunately, for a while. Broke that hip. It's an unfortunate injury, but SGA is an MVP guy. He's going to be that for the rest of his career. His 3-point shooting has improved this year so far. Still early. We're only like 12, 15 games in, but he's really good. I can't put him above 5 until he does some playoff things, and there's room for him to drop. If he doesn't play well again in the playoffs, I'll never put him above 6 until he does something. 4.
Don't you do it.
Steph.
Okay.
And you didn't say Steph either, so he's in your top 5.
He didn't make my list.
What the fuck?
I'm just kidding. That was a Tyrese Halliburton.
Oh,
How's it feel,
yeah.
Terry?
I was about to say, this guy's crazy. But then again, the hater in me was like,
Hey.
well done. Well done. But nah, Steph, I
Number
wanted to put him
4.
higher, man. But those other 3 guys are really fucking good. I can't do it. Even though he did beat Dallas recently, and Luka's hurt. He has like a groin injury right now, but Steph, I mean, that Olympic shit that we saw, I'm not calling him Chef Curry anymore. I'm calling him Olympic Curry. When he starts cooking, I'm gonna start calling him Olympic Curry because some of the shit I've seen this year. What's their record right now? Like 12-3 or something?
I don't know if it's that good, but it's been really, really good.
Hey, hold on. You might be surprised. Let me look that up real quick. Like, I'm completely shocked.
I thought it was more like 11-5, something like that, but 12-3 is pretty exceptional.
I think you're shocked too that they're as good as they are, because I don't think either one of us expected them to be. They're 10-3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. They're number 1 in the West, bro. Like, neither one of us expected that. And Wiggins is back, and they traded Clay for like 3 pieces, but still, like, for them to be back, like, they kind of look 2014, 2015, like on the rise-ish, bro. They look really fucking good.
They definitely got that strength and numbers shit again. They're playing like 13 guys every single game. Man. Steph Curry's playing like 29 minutes a game. Like, it's nuts.
Steph, bro, he's better than LeBron, and that's hard for me to say.
He's
36.
At this point, he is. We can both agree on that. Yeah.
Man, if you look the way he's playing, bro. I mean, like, I know we said it with LeBron, and we see a little bit of decline with LeBron, but
I ain't seen none with Steph.
Yo, he looks. I mean, because a couple years ago we were like, this is the best he's ever looked. He doesn't look as good as he did then, but he still is really fucking good. Like, for him to be in the conversation with these freaks, like Giannis, Luka, Jokic,
yeah,
it's impressive, man. He's really good.
It's very impressive. Number 3,
I got Luka. It's just defense. You know, not a big deal. He's a fucking shitty defender. You know, for them to make the finals last year, they literally had to surround him with like some of the best defenders in the league. Like, PJ was playing really good defense. Derek Jones was playing really good defense. Gafford and Lively, really good rim protectors, rebounders, really good on switches. They're one of the most lateral, quick fucking big men I've seen in a while. Kyrie, he'll give you some effort. You know, me and you aren't going to have the fucking Kyrie's a great defender argument. He's came back, though. He's playing better defense, but he was a nice little sieve when he was in Brooklyn. I ain't going to fake.
Kyrie didn't make your list at all, did he?
He was... Did I not? No, I think, I had him at like 26. Yeah, nah.
That's so crazy.
He didn't. Yo, 26 is it? Hey.
Tyrese Maxey over Kyrie Irving. Serve him up, baby. Serve him up.
Blasphemy, huh? Blasphemy. Yeah. But yeah, nah. Nothing crazy. Luka 3, Giannis 2, Jokic 1. You want to go ahead and ride Jokic's strap?
I'll give you my top 5 first, and then we'll talk about the differences. Number 5 for me was Jason Tatum. I thought your argument that you made was extremely compelling. I thought
Why did you have him at 5?
Because I think something has changed. I think after winning the championship, there's a different level of how he's carrying himself, the self-belief, the not overthinking, the shot selection is better, more decisive. He looks to me like he's a top 5 player right now. And consistently over the last 7 years or whatever, he's gone deep in the playoffs over and over and over and over again. And it was kind of like, he needed the greatest collection of surrounding cast in NBA history to get him over the hump. But he is over the hump now. And I think he thinks of himself differently. I think he carries himself differently. And he's been playing differently this year. So
I think
regardless of the narrative of like what it took for him to get there, I agree with everything that you said. But now that he's on the other side of it, I think he's a changed guy. And so that's why I had him 5.
I think so. And the last thing I'll say before you go down, the other big thing for me was, I don't know if you watched the Golden State versus Boston game in Boston. Did you watch that game?
I did not.
Warriors beat
Warriors
them.
won though, right? And
The Warriors won that game in Boston. Steph Curry scored more points. Steph Curry hit more clutch shots at the end. You let Steve Kerr and Steph Curry, who pretty much cucked you all summer, come into your town. And I know Jaylen Brown didn't play, so with Jaylen Brown, they probably would have won.
And Porzingis didn't play, obviously.
Yeah, I get it, but
and Al Horford said he played, but I don't remember seeing it.
He didn't score 50 points. That's a game like, fuck the win-loss. I'm going to get 50, 60 points or something. Like, he reminds me of Kevin Durant because, like, he doesn't want to take over any certain moments. He just is going to let whoever the fuck do whatever they want. Yeah, like, it's just too complimentary, man. You know, like, I don't like a complimentary star. I like a star to go in, you got to change that shit for me because I'm me. Jason Tatum can fit into any team, and that's not a knock, but that loss didn't sit well with me. And he scored like 30. I was like, you always score 30. Can you score 40? 45 in this game? Steve Kerr put you on the bench. You're a top 10 player. You're a top 10 player in the NBA. Half of them aren't from America. So that means you need to be in the starting lineup of this USA team. You barely played. You couldn't make a three.
He had the yips.
He played horribly.
But I think
Steve Kerr walks into your city and beats you.
Yeah.
And you just played a regular game. What the fuck is that, man?
I agree with the mentality thing. I think what you said about him, like, being a complimentary star is a double-edged sword. And, like, when you see him with the Celtics, and it's like, oh, man, like, it's actually really good that he's learned to defer at times. You know what I mean? And let his other teammates who do have favorable matchups cook. At the same time, I 100% get where you're coming from. I just think that he was questioning himself after the MVP shit in the finals. He was questioning himself in the Olympics. I think the questions have been answered. I think he's confident and he's ready to roll.
No, he looks awesome, bro. But what is he
again, for a guy who loves winning, Jason Tatum has done a lot of winning since he's come into this league.
And he's only 26 years old.
Yeah. 20. Oh, I thought he was still 21.
He's only 19.
He might beat Ben Simmons out for Rookie of the Year. All right, he was number 5.
Yeah.
Luka was number 4.
Mm-hmm.
Giannis is number 3.
Wow. Steph 2?
Curry was number 2.
Wow. Hey.
And Jokic is number 1.
That's fine. That's fine.
Again, if we're talking confidence, what you're going to do in the playoffs right now, how close can you help bring us to a championship? I have more faith in Curry's track record. Similar to Tatum, like, Curry entered a different echelon with the night shit in the finals in that, like, what was it, Game 5, Game 6 performance that he had?
Yeah, Game 5.
Game 5. He thinks about himself different. He no longer has to deal with the, like, Kevin Durant was the best player and you only have the chip because of him.
Or the finals MVP stuff.
Yeah, he's a good defender. Like, it's crazy that we're talking about a 36-year-old fucking small point guard like this, but he
puffed up.
He's a good defender still.
Yeah, you saw him strap Clay.
Yeah, dude,
that was so funny.
That was a fucking fun game to watch too, man. That was a great spectacle.
Good game. Yeah,
and obviously he got the last word in that one too. I just think Curry, like, apart from Jokic, there's nobody who's a one-man offensive system like Steph Curry. And defensively, he's in the top half of the league for his position, you know? So he's proved it in the playoffs over and over and over again with some of the other, like, stalwarts like LeBron and KD kind of aging a little bit, maybe not being as assertive, production trailing off to some degree. Steph Curry, as you mentioned, this season is ramping up. And the Warriors are playing. Yeah, he's playing the best ball out of everybody. For me, I couldn't put Giannis above him. I just think Curry has too much production, too many postseason answers, and now really doesn't really have any deficiencies in his game. You know, where Giannis still has some glaring red flags. Like, he's amazing doing what he does and bowling to the rim over people and protecting the rim and blocking alley-oops and getting out in transition. but the 3-point shot is a worry. The mid-range shot happens too much. He brings the ball up too much. You can't say any of this shit about Curry. He has no fucking warts to his game. So for me, he's number 2.
Yeah, he's there.
And then we know Jokic. I mean, come on. This season, dude, I know you hate this shit, but it gets more and more.
He's killing it.
It gets more and more dramatic every single year.
He's killing it this year. Yeah.
This season, playing with the when he's on the court, the Nuggets have 127 offensive rating, which is the highest in NBA history.
No, don't do it. Don't do the on-off.
Wait for it. So, on the court, highest ever in NBA history. Best offense ever that we've ever seen. Off the court, the Nuggets have an offensive rating of 86, which is over 10 points worse than the worst offense in NBA history.
Oh, my God.
What this guy is doing on a nightly basis, fucking top 3 in the league in scoring, number 1 at rebounded, top 5 in assists. I think he's top 3 in 3-point shooting percentage, shooting like 5 a game.
Oh, is he knocking him down a little bit better right now?
Yeah, he's shooting like 45% from 3 on 5 attempts a game.
That was the only reason they lost last year, because he really couldn't knock down any threes in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And they were playing the T-Wolves.
He's letting it fly, and they're fucking going in. I mean, Jamal Murray, shell of himself. Still haven't seen a good Jamal Murray. Michael Porter Jr., so inconsistent. Only good, like a score in the basketball, not good at anything else. Aaron Gordon has been hurt the whole year. Russell Westbrook is playing power forward. Yeah. What he's done with this cast is nothing short of fucking remarkable. I'm just mad that he's in this situation, because if he's never played with an all-NBA player. I don't know how many years he's into his career. He's never had one. Jamal Murray was a one-time all-star and has not approached that level soon.
He never made it.
What would the story of this guy's career be if he had an actual second banana or a third banana alongside of him, instead of us having to make this fucking argument every year with, as soon as he leaves the court, the Nuggets completely fall apart? If he had actual fucking stars around him, or even just competent NBA fucking playoff contributors, we'd be talking about this guy as like the LeBron, Steph Curry type of his generation. Like, he's a generational all-time player. But but because he's stuck with this fucking hodgepodge of guys who aren't ready to be championship contributors yet, or have serious flaws in their game, you know, we're stuck to reducing him to the on-off wizard.
Shout out to the NBA, man. That stupid-ass money thing, bro. You can't really, like...
Shout out to the Denver Nuggets, who won a championship and didn't even go into the first apron to return like any of their players.
Yeah. But when you think about it, though, like, the last 4 champions for sure don't understand, like, they didn't revamp the team. Like, you know, every time you win, all the other teams are like, all right, we need to do this to beat them. When the Lakers won in 2020, they didn't add anything. When the Bucks won in 21, they didn't add anything. When the Warriors won in 22, they didn't add anything. Got worse. Got really fucking bad. And then 23, when Boston won, right? Last year? Or who won 23? I don't even remember.
The Nuggets.
When the Nuggets won, they didn't add shit. And then last year, Boston, they're running it back. Pretty much the same fucking team. They look good. They look the best out of everybody, but they had the best team.
Yeah.
Guys, you can't just run it back. You got to add shit, man.
Oh, not only did they not add shit, they lost shit. They lost Bruce Brown. We'll replace him with a second-round rookie. They lost Kentavious. They lost Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Oh, we'll replace him with the 29th pick in the draft. Oh, he's hurt again, too. Oh, we're going to sign Dario Saric and Russell Westbrook. That'll shore things up. Like,
Dario Saric starting in an NBA game as a center was some of the ugliest shit I've ever seen in my life. Because Jokic missed, the last 3 games?
Yeah.
For, like, a personal reason or whatever?
I started watching them. Kid.
Okay, yeah. I started watching them play, and then I was like, wait, where's Oh, hell no.
Yeah, that's not Jokic. That's a different big European white guy.
He's not even that big. He's like 6'9". I was like,
Yeah.
yo, this team's about to get blown out. Like, what am I watching right now?
Yeah.
But anyways, regardless, yeah. It's nasty. Hey, yo, is Jokic going to win MVP?
He better.
What place does he have to come in, though? Do you care about that?
Probably top 4.
If he averages this and they're like a 5 seed, I feel like if they're a 5, they might.
I'd still vote for him if they fucking miss the playoffs, Terry. Like, I've seen enough. I don't give a shit. This team sucks. This is the worst team in it. This team would lose to the processed Sixers and Tony Groton Jr. if Nikola Jokic wasn't on the court. Michael Carter Williams would be giving Jamal Murray 40.
Yo, Jamal Murray. Is Jamal Murray just hurt or something? Like, how can he look like fucking legit a top 15 playoff NBA player, and then after that, just average? I don't understand it.
Terry, it's been 17 months since we saw him play well.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Well, he played okay versus the Lakers. He had a game winner.
One game winner, but played pretty much like shit that whole series.
Played pretty bad. Yeah. It's
been a year and a half. Like,
it's crazy, man.
I think we may have to kiss that fucking. Are they on the same level as Shaq and Kobe in the playoffs? I think we got to put those conversations behind us.
Oh, just if he would have stayed healthy, man. God damn, bro, they were unstoppable that year, though, bro. It was insane.
Think about what would the Nuggets prospects be this season, if, and this is just a hypothetical, but if the Nuggets traded all the picks that they have access to, if they gave up 5 first-round picks and Jamal Murray, and they said, Warriors, Steph Curry's at the end of his career, here's a treasure trove of assets, and we're going to swap Jamal Murray out for Steph Curry. Where would this team be?
That's disgusting. I don't want to see that.
They'd be the best team in the NBA.
Yeah, he's really good, bro. He's top 10. It's over. I can't deny it anymore.
Yeah.
He's a top 10 all-time dude.
Yeah.
Even with one chip.
Yeah.
I'd have to take a look at it. I know I still got to take a look at it, but I think I'd have to put him 10. I love Hakeem, but god damn, this motherfucker right here.
Yeah.
He's too good, bro. He's too good.
I have him over Hakeem, too, at this point.
It's close,
and
bro.
Hakeem was like my favorite player growing up. I loved Hakeem so much.
That explains your whole basketball fucking like pickup game.
Yes.
You were 5'9". Even before, when you were watching Hakeem, you were probably like fucking 6.
Yep.
You're like, oh, that's the guy I want to be. I'm fucking watching Iverson and MJ and shit. And you're just like, look at these low post moves, man. Jesus.
Did you see how the guy tried to throw the ball off him out of bounds and he slapped him in the face? I was like, this is my kind of guy right here.
That was crazy, man. Nah, I'll give Jokic another MVP. I remember when I said at the beginning of this year, I was like, he will never get another MVP. And now he's averaging a triple-double. I'm like, all right. Hey, I got to give it to him.
But, man, the malpractice on this roster. Like, you could swap Jamal Murray out with pretty much any all-star in the NBA, and it's like, man, how different would this team be?
It is wild. The numbers crunching thing is, analytics is really, 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 really big. But I don't know if they can beat old media if he comes in like 6th or 5th, though.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be really tough, so we'll see how it goes. I'm ready to watch the toxic things go down. I can't wait.
Can't wait to hear what Kendrick Perkins has to say about this.
It's gonna be awesome. But hey, man, that's our 25. We did it in an hour and 18.
Let's listen to a center who averaged 3.5 points a game for his career about production at that position.
Oh, man. Hey, man, look, you can either be a Hall of Famer or you can be trash.
Perkins he doesn't set hard enough screens.
He's not intimidating in a suit.
Yeah. If you notice at the free throw line before the second free throw, he doesn't push people enough.
Yo, the stat pattern argument was wild as shit. That was so crazy. And then, but the funny thing is about it though, like, I think there is an effort from them. Like when he passes them the ball, they do shoot it. But it's not like he's not like passing it to you bad. Like he gives it to you when your body is like in a fluid movement. You're like, oh well.
You want to see fucking stat hunting? Go back and watch the Atlanta Hawks game that they just played, where Trae Young took 5 shots and had 20 assists. You want to watch stat hunting?
Oh, was he bullshitting, or was it the team?
He's bullshitting.
Why was he trying to get was he trying to get 40 assists?
I don't know what the fuck he was doing. He didn't shoot the ball the whole game and had finished with 19 assists. Yeah, we won by 1, I think.
Who'd you play?
Some shitty team. I don't even remember. Was it the Blazers on the second time of a back-to-back? The Wizards again?
Okay, Hawks. Hey, sometimes you got to do some shit to make it interesting in the regular season. You know what I'm saying? You got to do what you got. They barely won.
I know stat hunting when I see it. I know stat padding. That shit wasn't stat padding.
Nah, he's a beast, man. But yeah, that's our 25, man. We did it. I will say, look, Paolo at 11 is wild. And then sneaking Kawhi in there, even though I know he's hurt. A little crazy.
Where'd you have John?
20.
That's crazy, too. And
Tyrese
Maxey.
John not an all-star this year for you?
It's a little early to call.
Call it in the West right now.
I think
Steph
Scottie Pippen Jr. might be an all-star. It might be time for me to start issuing an apology to those 11 rotation players on the Grizzlies who I called out. I was like, we believe in Jake LaRavia. We believe in Jay Huff. We believe in Scottie Pippen. Apparently, they're all starter quality players. Like, Scottie Pippen Jr. looked better than Marcus Smart by about 10 miles.
They're decent. I think, honestly, though, what's going to be really something to look out for is this stupid-ass... Maybe it's not stupid in a fan's perspective, the 65-game thing, because a lot of these stars are hurt already right now. You're going to fuck this up when some of these dudes need this Supermax towards the end, man. It's going to be looking crazy when the Pistons have to sign fucking...
Yeah, well, that's what I'm looking forward to, is the first team that says no.
Who do you think it's going to be?
Like
the Nuggets?
No, Aaron Gordon, you're not getting a Supermax. No, but like some of these fringe guys who could sneak in, like Sabonis, for example. Like, I'm not giving Sabonis a Supermax.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that shit. Like, congratulations on making third-team All-NBA because you played 71 games, but I'm not giving you fucking 40% of our cap room.
Yeah, whoever's in a contract year, like Karl Anthony Towns, I believe, right? Isn't this? No, it's not his last year. He's got years.
No, he's got some years left. But like, for example, you remember Trae Young made All-NBA like 3 years ago, and then we gave him a Supermax. Like, if that same shit happened again, Trae Young's not getting a Supermax with this second apron and all this other type of shit.
The Hawks.
No, bro. There's going to be a team that, like, a guy sneaks into All-NBA and he's eligible, and they're going to have to be the first ones to go, sorry.
I'm looking at the 25, and I think most of these dudes' contracts are pretty sealed. So it's probably going to be somebody more like Derek White.
No, yeah, you see exactly. No,
but he won't sneak in.
Like,
I don't think he'll sneak in.
Yeah. Oh, any of these guys who are like outside of the top 15, like you can't. Even at this point, Jimmy Butler. Like, I wouldn't give Jimmy a Supermax.
Fuck no.
I wouldn't give Paul George a Supermax. Tyrese Halliburton, Trae Young, Kyrie Irving, Sabonis, Paolo.
You would give Kyrie a super?
I might give Paolo a Supermax. No, I'm not giving Kyrie a Supermax. I'm not giving Donovan Mitchell or Cat a Supermax. Any of these guys
Mitchell?
From 15 to 25, you're not getting the Supermax. You're getting the max, or you're getting like the threshold below the max where you make $30 million a year.
Oh, if Maxey gets it, because
dude, now we're talking about the Supermax is like the last year of your deal, you're going to get paid like $70 million.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not paying $70 million to Paul George. I'm not paying $70 million to Donovan Mitchell or Cat or Kyrie or Sabonis. Like, forget about it.
Isn't there like an age cap though? Like, there's an age cap, right?
There's a thing where, like, for each 5 years that you're in the league, you're eligible for a higher percentage of the cap. Okay. So, like, LeBron's Supermax is different than Trae Young's Supermax.
But when they say,
would you give LeBron a Supermax if he makes All NBA again? I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But it's only it's only like you can't do like.
I'll give you
2
a 1
years.
year supermax.
Yeah,
1
yeah.
year, $65 million.
Yeah, but I honestly I don't know if he's gonna make All NBA this year. This might be like the last year, but we'll see. If the Lakers are still like stay top, then he probably will get it because he's fucking LeBron. But when they say it though, they say eligible for the supermax.
Yes.
So that doesn't necessarily mean you have to give it.
Yeah, we just haven't seen anyone say no yet.
Yeah.
Because everyone's like, oh, I don't want my star to leave for nothing. This guy, Trae Young, is the face of Atlanta. We can't let him go.
It might be like, not in these previous 2K video games, but like in like 2K16, because you know how I like to play
old 2K.
All, like everybody, like all historic teams, all the players from all that. So I think like by the third year, it was literally like James Harden was in free agency and no one had enough money to sign him. And like LeBron, like a 99 overall LeBron was in free agency.
By the way, James Harden didn't make either one of our lists. I think this is the first time.
Yeah, probably.
I think this is the first time. Right now, Norman Powell looks like the best player on the Clippers.
Yo, if Norman Powell gets all NBA,
do we give him a supermax?
Hey, yo, 26 a game is that's all NBA.
On crazy efficiency, too.
Yeah.
Cam Thomas, we giving him the supermax? Like,
Jesus
someone's
Christ.
going to have to say no. Someone's going to have to say no.
I think
I can't wait for it because when one person says no, multiple people are going to say no. But it's got to be, someone's got to set it off.
I think in the coming years, for sure, it'll be like Trae Young, Bam Adebayo.
No.
He could like the bigger dudes are closer to get it because sometimes the voters are not. They don't want to do like 5 guards.
Bam, you can make first team All NBA. I'm not giving you a fucking supermax, bro. It's not happening.
Bam was on your list though, right?
He did not make it.
He didn't make your list? Oh, okay.
Didn't make it.
That's right. You got Sabonis over Bam.
Yes, I do.
Which is fine. That's fine. They're close.
Have you seen Bam this year?
The Heat are tough, man.
Oh my goodness.
Pat Riley ran him into the ground. That stupid ass shit they got going on over there. You gotta have 1% body fat.
Bam, he can't score. Like, he can't even shoot those mid-rangers that he's...
Is he hurt or something?
What's
going on with him?
He looks like he just lost his confidence. Like, he's got the yips, bro.
He pulled a Tatum?
Yeah. It's like...
Interesting.
Dude, his PER, I think, is below 15.
Wow. Hey, man.
Yeah.
All right, well, we finished that up. You want to do anything else before we get out of here?
Yeah.
Tyson?
Yeah, let's talk about that Tyson Jake Paul joint. You watched it on illegal stream on someone's TikTok.
TikTok, baby.
I watched it on an illegal Fire Stick. So both of us were able to watch it without interruptions constantly. I didn't watch any of the undercards or any of that other shit. Apparently, those two girls beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah,
but
I watched some of the girl. The girl fight was insane. A lot of illegal headbutts though from the one chick.
I heard about that.
Yeah, yo,
are we just like letting that fly now? Like,
nah,
that used to be like, hey, we'll stop the fight and you get DQ'd for that shit.
Did you see any of the highlights though?
Of the women?
Yeah.
No.
So like the way that she does it is super slick though. Like it's more of like a sideways.
It's not like the nice classic I duck down and then come up type of thing.
Nah. She was kind of doing like the sideways thing, but she kept hitting the other girl's like area that gets cut all the time. Yeah. So the other girl was bleeding. Insane. But besides that, undercard fights are a little interesting. Overall fight. Look, Netflix, I'm not falling for it again.
Who did you think was going to win before the fight started?
I thought Jake Paul was going to win. He's fucking 28. Mike Tyson's 58 years old. Like, look, you can look like a super freak all you want. For me, watching LeBron James play basketball at 39 years old and see how he gasses out, there's no fucking way that a 58-year-old person can box. Even if the rounds are 1 minute rounds.
Well, I don't like his legs right now.
You can't last fucking 6 rounds. You know how hard it is to... Have you ever like trained like doing like boxing or like MMA or anything like that?
No, none of that shit.
MMA, but wrestling.
I have been in plenty of fights, and I'll tell you what, a lot of them I lost because I ran out of energy first.
Like that shit is hard.
That's what happened to me and Juan. I was like, God damn, this is a 22-minute round? Like, I'm fucking exhausted.
Well, that's a lot of street fights that don't end up in knockouts. Both the dudes are just like, all right, man. All right. Or the girls, whoever. They're just like, all right. You got it. Like, we're done. You just gassed the fuck out. Like, I didn't think Mike was ever going to win this shit. This shit is fucking stupid. I just watched it because of Mike Tyson, because he's fucking awesome. But if there's another gimmicky live thing, I probably won't watch it again. What did you think about it?
It was hard to watch. Like, it made me sad watching it.
Yeah, man. Like, Jake, knock him out with a body blow or something, man.
And then
fuck it.
The Jake Paul, like, you gonna stick your tongue at him half of the fight, and then the last 10 seconds, like, do the bow and salute and everything like that. Pick a fucking lane. Either antagonize this guy and be a heel, or give props and give respect. Like, don't do both. Pick a fucking side. I wish Mike had just uppercutted him when he was fucking bending over like that. I wish he had knocked his fucking head off like one of those Rock'em Sock'em robots. But yeah, I mean, Roy Jones Jr. said about 15 times that he didn't like his legs. We spent half the fight debating why Mike Tyson was biting his glove instead of throwing punches. Yeah. We got to see tattooed ass cheeks.
Yeah, that was wild.
And then the worst part for me, I knew this fight was over after the first round when I saw Mike walk to his corner after the bell.
Oh, he was crying?
Yeah, and it looked like he had to shit. I was like, all right, this is a wrap. Because he had a little flurry in the first round where he was trying to get after him and whatnot.
First round Mike.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, like maybe this could be something. Then the bell sounded, and he did that I got a poop walk back to the corner, and I was like, uh-oh. Nope, it's done.
Yeah, man. I mean, like...
And then from the rest of the time, he just couldn't fucking touch him.
Yeah.
It was like he'd remember at times that, like, he has feet. And, like, out of nowhere, like, no one's doing anything. He's like, crisscross.
It was bad.
I was like, hey, yo.
It was crazy.
It looked like James Brown put on some boxing gloves and got out there to fight Jake Paul, bro.
It was disgusting.
And I'm talking about old, shitty James Brown.
Yeah. Would you have paid for this, though?
No.
Okay. Just so it was free.
Yeah.
Watch it.
Yeah.
Cool.
No way
Got
I'd pay for this. I think the only ones that I'll watch, like, in the future are, like, the two guys who done box type of thing. Like the Nate Robinson, Frank Gore, Darren Williams. Yeah. Like, if you just get two guys who I know to fight, like,
KSI?
No, I don't know who that is.
You don't know who KSI is?
Isn't he like a YouTuber or some shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about those guys. I'm talking about guys who have actual careers who have done something.
Nate Robinson.
Yeah, like
KSI would knock his ass the fuck out, like right now. Jake Paul did.
No, I don't want to see no more Pauls. I just want to see other athletes fight.
So you don't like Jake Paul?
Like, I would like if we just had this type of shit just to like settle beefs. Like, just get Derek Fisher and Matt Barnes in there. You know what I mean?
That was already settled. That was settled years ago.
But, you know, like, whoever has a beef in whatever sport, like, in the offseason, like, hey, go ahead, throw some gloves on, and I'll watch that shit. But I'm done with the Pauls. I'm done watching them fight fucking 50-year-old guys and MMA guys.
What
and
if Jake Paul fights Logan Paul? Would you watch that?
I just hope that a Batman situation where a sinkhole occurs. I'll be looking for Hines Ward in that situation.
Or maybe we'll get like a little Step Brothers situation where they knock each other out. You remember that slow-mo when they were both swinging up the fucking club?
Oh, yeah.
Hit each other in the temple. And they're like,
that'd be great.
They both just nice.
I tell you what, like, Jake Paul was talking about, like, fighting Canelo and shit. Canelo, you better not fucking do this. You better not fucking do this shit. All right?
Don't start getting too serious with it.
Don't open this door up to allow fucking YouTubers to fight actual guys for, like, heavyweight championship belts and shit. Like, don't fucking do that shit.
Canelo would kill this man. Ain't nobody trying to see that, man. That's wild. I think he was talking about trying to fight Conor McGregor, which I don't want to see. Conor sucks at boxing.
Yeah, both of these. Like, no.
And he hasn't fucking won an MMA fight in fucking
I want to see
4
Draymond
years.
against Rudy Gobert. That's what I want to see in the ring.
I'd watch Draymond Logan Paul or Jake Paul.
I would too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I would too.
Because Draymond said he does like some fighting and shit. So I'd be like, all right, let me watch that shit.
Yeah, we saw the Jordan Poole video. We know. For Draymond, though, it wouldn't be boxing. He'd have to do MMA with all his chokes and trampoline jumps and kicking.
Yeah.
You got to be allowed to kick people in the nuts like he did to Steven Adams 4 times.
And LeBron. Yeah.
Like,
nah, that'd be fun.
Draymond, it has to be an MMA fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The gloves aren't going to work for him.
Overall, though, entertaining. But if Netflix cannot stream things live, like I think the cleanest thing I've ever seen them film was the Chris Rock stand-up. Because they tried to do it was like the Love is Blind reunion live. That shit fucked up.
Did you see the Everybody's in LA, the John Mulaney like live show that he had?
Nah.
Oh, you need to check that out. One, because it's fucking hilarious. It's like a fever dream. It's like if Eric Andre produced a show for John Mulaney and it's a talk show. Like, it is fucking crazy. But they did that shit live like Monday through Friday, all at the same time or whatever. And that was really good. Like, there was no hitches, nothing like that.
They seem to be good with the comedy live, but anything else has.
But I have a feeling there's a different amount of people who tune in to watch John Mulaney versus Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. You know, their servers probably got a bit overloaded.
It's probably just too many people.
Yeah.
The same thing with the Love is Blind, I think, because a lot of people watch that fucking show. Like, Netflix was like, we can't handle this on our fucking server. Like, this is just too many people.
Well, if y'all want to get live sports, you need to figure that shit out because
that shit was trash, yo.
We don't have patience for that in sports. Fucking shows and shit.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Plus it,
but like, think about if Netflix had that fucking Bears Hail Mary game, and then the shit cuts out when he throws the ball in the air, and then you come back and it's like the Commanders are celebrating on the field. Like,
that would fucking just
people would lose their minds.
Yeah, that would suck. Yeah, they're just not ready for prime time. It's all good. Them charging $20 is kind of crazy too.
Is that how much it was for the fight?
No. Just Netflix in general per month is like $20-something. Do you don't pay for Netflix, do you?
I do. Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I pay for it.
$24 or something?
I'm at the point where I don't even look at my fucking statement anymore. This shit just comes out.
Like, I just happened to see it, I think, like a couple days ago. And I forgot because I hadn't looked in a while.
It's definitely the most expensive one. And then all the other ones are like, hey, how would you feel if we downgraded you and put in commercials here, even though you never had commercials on your plan ever?
Yeah. Do you think they're just killing the game because of no commercials? Because everybody else has commercials. Peacock kills me with the fucking commercials, but they got a lot of decent shows.
Paramount Plus is unwatchable with the commercials.
Got a lot of commercials.
I can't do it. Like,
that shit is crazy.
So that's definitely the biggest thing. Is like, motherfuckers don't want to be constantly interrupted every 4 minutes. And then, allow me to get on my soapbox.
Go for it.
The biggest problem with all these streamers is that they show you the same 3 commercials over and over and over again. Yeah. Every fucking window, 5 times a show. If you watched a show for 3 hours and they have 5 commercial breaks, you've seen the same commercial 15 times in one day. And guess what? They're all about AIDS. Everyone is like,
I know exactly.
Protect yourself.
I know exactly what you're talking about, man. That shit is crazy. Is that on Peacock? Which one is that? Is that Paramount?
Dude, it's all of them. Hulu, fucking Paramount, Amazon Prime has them now. Like, every commercial is like, hey, make sure that you're protected because you never know who's on the down low.
My personal favorite is Peacock thinks I'm Hispanic. So we get a lot of Hispanic commercials because I got the Premier League. So
those are better. The Hispanic ones are better.
They're funny, but it is the same ones for that too.
Yeah.
It's literally just the same shit over and over. But it's because like I got Premier League, and that was the only reason why I had Peacock. So I was only watching soccer. Then I started watching like they might have had like some other soccer. I can't remember. But then they just started showing Spanish commercials all of a sudden. I was like, what the fuck is this? Verizon in Spanish, fucking Fabuloso commercial.
I love
They
that.
showed me the Fabuloso Spanish commercial like 28 times.
But
when I was just watching.
They gotta switch it up, man. And like, every single one, like, while the election was going on, it was nonstop political ads the entire time. You just see the same ads over and over. Now that the election is over, it's just pharmaceutical companies and insurance companies. That's all you see are drugs and insurance. It got to the point last night, I was joking around with T. I was like, I'm going to be Ned from Ned's Plaque Psoriasis for Halloween next year. We'll see how many fucking people recognize me.
Yeah, they would know what you're talking about. But nah, that's wild. You want to keep it moving, man?
Yeah. Last thing on the docket.
Poach.
We're back, baby. The U.S. men's national team smacked Jamaica 5-2 on aggregate over 2 legs.
Yep.
Won 1-0 the first leg, 4-2 the second.
4-2 at home or 4-2 away? I can't remember.
I think it was at home.
Was it? Let me check.
But even so, the 1-0 away, I think, was like the first time we won a fucking CONCACAF away game in like 3 years or something like that.
Really? I thought we won some other games away.
Yeah, it was really bad. So,
Mexico.
Huh?
I think we beat Mexico away. But how long ago was that, though?
No, that was 3 years ago.
Shit.
Yeah, we haven't played Mexico in Mexico, except for when we lost to them like a month ago.
No, you're right. It was 1-0 away, because I remember when Pepe scored that goal, I was like, if that was a regular field with a smooth surface, he would have missed it. That shit hit a bump and then went right.
Yep.
Oh, shit. Pepe.
Yeah. But, man, I'm liking how this team is looking so far. You know, they're kind of playing a 4-2-3-1 or like a 4-3-3 with a double pivot, you know, depending on if you want those guys to be wingers or attacking midfielders.
Mm-hmm.
I really like seeing Pulisic as the 10 instead of being out on the left wing or the right wing. I like him in the center of the pitch in that like pocket of space where he's been especially good in transition, where it's like I get on a half turn, you find me with the first pass, and then now I'm driving it like a 4-on-4 or something like that.
Bro, he's playing the best soccer of his career right now, bro.
Absolutely. And I love that, like, this has been the number one thing that Pochettino is like, I'm going to optimize my best player. Like, I'm going to put my best player in a position where he's the best, and everything's going to run through him. And I've loved what I've seen with that. Musa on the right is interesting to me.
I love it. You don't like it?
No, I do like it. I think it's done a lot for him in terms of like not having to be so responsible in the build-up phase. Like playing center mid, that was kind of why he started to lose minutes, is like giving the ball away in his own half. And with him not playing like regularly at AC Milan, he kind of wanted to have everything in front of him. Like he wasn't good in tight spaces at all and didn't do a good job of like scanning to see what his options were before he got the ball. With him playing on the right, it's like a much simplified decision tree for him. And then, you know, also he's able to take people on one-on-one. He scored against Panama in Poach's first game. He had an assist 2 nights ago against Jamaica. And he's really helping Joe Scally a lot, like tracking back.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we know Joe Scally's not the best fullback, not really good going forward, not really good defending either. So to have a guy like Yunus Musa.
He probably won't end up getting that start job. He hasn't really been doing a whole lot for me.
So Musa's helped him a lot.
Yeah.
And then
you might end up seeing Weah or Musa or McKinney be the right back. It seems like he likes McKinney in the midfield, Poach. And McKinney's been playing. He played really good over these 2 legs. So
yeah, he did. He had that couple nice like long through balls. You know what I mean? Lofted to get behind the defense. He had the assist for Pulisic's first goal, which was like a gorgeous ball. And he's been really good in transition. I will say defensively, he's been an absolute fucking mess at center midfield. And both of the goals that Damari Gray scored were his fault for not hitting the zones that he's supposed to track back to in his own box. Like, the ball is out wide. The 3 defenders are where they're supposed to be. They're in the 6, near post, fucking middle 6, back post. 2 midfielders. One is supposed to be at the PK spot. The other's supposed to be at the top of the box. And for both goals, Weston McKennie was walking around above the D.
Yeah.
You can't fucking do that shit. Like, I know Pochettino, that's not going to fly with him. So I love the passes. I love the transition stuff. You got to fucking track back and shore up that defensive shit because that's an easy way to lose your spot to Johnny Cardozo or Luca De La Torre. Or Tyler Adams, for that matter. Who you know is going to be in that position.
Probably. I mean, we'll see. We haven't. Did he play in the first couple of games when Poach was the coach? I don't remember. I don't recall.
He had like a 15-minute cameo.
Because I also don't think he's playing club because of injuries and stuff.
He just came back.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he just came back.
Who's he play for again? I forget.
Bournemouth.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see.
He literally just came back 2 weeks ago. Like, he's still he's been out a long time, man. So it's like they're gonna ramp him up slowly. Hopefully a little faster than Joel Embiid.
Or how long is Balogun out?
That one's a bit longer, I think. I think that was like a couple months.
Fuck. Because I don't like.
We got to get him integrated and quick because if we want to go far in the World Cup, like, I like Pepe.
Pepe's not a.
He's scored like 12 goals in his first 30 games or something. He's passed Josie Altidore and is on pace with like some of the best U.S. men's national team players.
Mm-hmm.
But we both know what our fucking eyes tell us. And that's not a guy who can lead the line and take us to the last 16 of the World Cup.
Yeah, but that honestly, of everything, that was the thing I kept hearing that was annoying the shit out of me. Was like, oh, with Balogun out, maybe this starts a conversation. And I was like, this is not a conversation. Just because Pepe scored 2 goals versus Jamaica, one lucky ass goal in the first leg. Second goal was
he should have passed it, over dribbled, and then finished on the like far post.
Yeah,
he actually should have passed it, and he kind of got lucky on that one too.
You know, potential is one thing, but he's got some games under him and kind of stayed the same. He's scoring goals, but like I guess we've just never really had somebody that's Dempsey and Donovan, but they weren't like true fucking strikers. But Pepe's not the guy for me yet.
No, I think he's a super sub type of guy. You know what I mean?
Possibly. Because we got to see what he wants to do with like Malik Tillman or.
Yeah. But that's kind of what Pepe's doing for PSV. He's a super sub. He's been scoring a lot coming off the bench for them.
Yeah, scored a lot for them. Yeah.
But he's not starting. So it's like,
He's not.
I think Balogun, in terms of talent, he's second behind Pulisic.
He's good at connecting the passes with everybody.
Yeah. And
that's the thing I like.
He's really good inside the box, or he was.
He can create
shit what I mean?
Out of nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. So he has the tools that we got to develop. Like, I don't think just for the sake of consistency, we're like, oh, we'll rock with Ricardo Pepi because he's established chemistry with these guys and he understands the system.
It's the Matt Turner thing. It's like, oh, Zach Steffen, he's out. This guy's decent. Fuck it. And then, like, when we get to, like, the games that really, really matter, I'm like, all right.
Oh, shit, they're pressing us in our half, and he's shitting himself in the 6-yard box.
Once again, he is a great shot stopper, but it's everything else is just so fucking ugly. I just don't,
The game has changed, man. The game has changed. Like, guys like Edwin van der Sar, who I think he's kind of in that same type of mold. It's like David De Gea. It's like these guys got phased out, man. Like, you gotta be able to play with your fucking feet. Joe Hart.
Yeah. Oh, Joe Hart was going quick.
You know what I
started
mean?
Claudio Bravo.
Yeah, because he can use his feet.
That's what Pep wants, and I think that's what we want as well going forward. We'll see. I mean, if Zach Steffen just didn't make that one mistake, man, honestly, that's the shit that really pisses me off, though, because, like,
because he made one mistake and we're like, you're out of here forever.
One mistake with Man City. It wasn't even with America.
Yeah.
I think after that, he was like, hey, guys, like, I might be kind of hurt. I have a slight knock. I might not be able to play. And then what's fucking coach that we hate? He's gone. I forget his name now because he's just gone. The coach
Berhalter?
Yeah. Like, Berhalter was like, no, you need to fight for the team and bloobity blah, blah, blah. And Matt Turner
We're going to bring Ethan Horvath over you.
Yeah. It was Guzan, Horvath, and Matt Turner. And I was like, please no more Guzan. He was playing like shit.
No.
And Horvath, I think, played maybe one game. He was bad.
He
and Matt Turner played.
too.
Matt Turner was making great saves.
Yeah.
But when he got the ball, I was like, holy shit.
You could tell this is a guy who played basketball till he was 16 and then started playing goalkeeper.
Dude, if you saw that fucking... They don't show it as much now, but that clip of him in college when they scored
the not top 10 shit.
A field goal.
Yeah.
It like hit the fucking crossbar, bounced up, and then went in, and I was like, yo, what is this guy doing?
But, bro, the same thing that we did to your boy from Man City, we did to David Ochoa.
Zach Steffen.
Oh, you remember that? He made like one mistake in his first game for us, and we're like, you're playing for Mexico. Like, you're done with us. He's 20 years old. Yeah. Ike's another one.
Up. He was the next up.
Hopefully we get over that shit. But
but going forward, who's the starting right back, you think? Musa?
I would play 3 in the back.
No, Musa? Musa plays right back for AC Milan. He shut down Vinicius.
Yeah. I'd like him as a wing back. I'd go 3 in the back and then have him be a wing back. Or
outside. So what?
Or I'd have McKinney there.
Is Tim Weah in your starting lineup now, or is he?
Yeah, he'd be the right winger. If I were them, I'd play like a 5-2-3. That becomes a 3-2-5. As the wingbacks move up to the forward level. And
who's in the middle then?
In the middle, the 2 I'll take Adams and Tessman, or Adams and what's his name?
Cardoso?
Yeah, Cardoso or Luca De La Torre, Tessman, Busio, any of those guys in the middle.
Yeah.
And then I probably have Weah right wing. Pulisic is a false 9. You could play a 3-5-2 and have Pulisic be a straight 10. You know what I mean?
Possibly.
But I just think
is Reyna ever going to play again?
Yeah, I'd like to see Anthony Robinson get higher up the pitch earlier and build up. I don't like seeing him try to connect passes in our half. It makes me fucking nervous.
Like him doing the pivot middle shit.
Oh yeah, him inverting. You saw that in the second leg?
Yeah, what is this?
Yeah.
It just looks goofy. He didn't.
I'll tell you the reason why for it. And it has nothing to do with optimizing Anthony Robinson, and has everything to do with confusing their pressing structure. So when Anthony Robinson starts out on the left and then he moves into the middle space, usually that winger who's defending him is going to move in with him. And now that opens a longer pass up to the winger, now that he can be a third man, and Robinson can go to the middle. We can play fucking Weah out on the left, or whoever's out on the left, and they can just set it for him in the middle. So it's a way to try to get away from his deficiencies in the build-up phase. It's like, hey, we'll just move you and hope somebody follows you, and now someone else will be open. But at the end of the day, I don't want Anthony Robinson with the ball at his feet in the middle of the park.
Nah. I feel like it just gets away from what he does best.
Overlapping.
Getting up and down. Yeah, getting up and down, pretty good crosses. He's really good at crossing the ball. So
that's why I'd like to see him as a wingback, not a fullback, a wingback.
He's okay at defense too, though. He's a solid left back.
He is. But it's the problem more for me with playing 4 in the back is that right back spot. It's not the left back spot. It's the right back.
McKenzie. McKenzie definitely played a lot better when I saw him a couple of years ago.
I think that's a solution if you're going to do the Pep Guardiola, the year that you guys won the Champions League, where he was like, oh, I'm going to pick no outside. Cancelo, get the fuck out of here. Zinchenko, get out of here. All my defenders are going to be center backs because we have the ball the most of the time, and I want better defenders to help stop counters and be more physical and win those duels. If we do something like that, and it's we play McKenzie on the right, and then Anthony Robinson pushes up, and McKenzie stays back and creates a back 3, I'm fine with that. But to have 2 fullbacks who have the license to get up, I don't like that with this fucking roster. And Joe Scally, it's I'm not sure what you offer at this point. You're not as good defensively as a center back. You don't contribute anything going forward. You can't really defend in space and lack the pace to play a high line. he has to have so much support from Musa just to not be a disaster. I'm like, I don't see 4 in the back as the way to go. I play 3 in the back.
Watching Joe Scally makes me want to go back 15 years and become a unit.
You probably could have, man.
I mean, good Lord, bro. Like, God, because like I get that the right back position, it's a lot of fucking shitty players, but he isn't doing anything. Like, he's not losing the ball, which is cool. But
he'll still have that one half where he didn't get cooked by Vinicius that everyone's going to hang their hat on for forever.
Jesus Christ, yeah. Brazil was so bad at that time.
Yeah.
Like, it was just whatever. But, yeah, I don't know, man. I do like that we kind of have more combinations than we did 2 years ago. So that's kind of promising. Smacking Jamaica is also pretty good. I like that we were able to get back to the horse and smacking teams again. We'll see how it looks moving forward.
I'm happy to see a lot more nuance in our build-up play and how we progress the ball and penetrate behind like a mid-block. Like, it was very robotic in a lot like watching the end of Xavi's Barcelona, watching this U.S. men's team, where it's everybody knew their zones that they were supposed to be in, and we just circulate the ball around until we fucking put a shitty cross into the box. You know what I mean?
It's like watching Pep now with City. It's all. I think it's the same as every time at the end of Pep's run at a team when all the other teams in the league has figured it out and they're just like, all right, 10 people in the box.
But you got to keep reinventing yourself, and that's what I like from Pochettino. Even though we ultimately don't like the position it put Anthony Robinson into, having the fact that people are exchanging spaces on the field causes the defense to communicate, causes them to pass off responsibilities, causes them to change their pressing structure, and just creates more problems. Whereas it was way too static with the 3-2-5 that we played before, and everybody knew exactly how we were going to attack. And most of the time, what happened is we'd get the 5-on-4 on the back end. The fullback would sink in to help protect the center, and then we play it out to a winger who can't take anyone on one-on-one or really cross it well. So it's like, what are we really getting out of this offense? How are we designed to score chances? With Pochettino, we're seeing opposite movements. We're seeing Pepe come to the ball, Pulisic runs into the space behind. We're seeing people invert into the middle, somebody replaces him out wide, higher up on a different level. So like all these little type of rotations and players like movement, seeking new space, creates gaps that now you can find a third man and you can play through. Before, they're just fucking passing around like it's a shell drill in basketball or some shit.
Every time, bro. Yeah. And it was just in the back in our own fucking side of the field, and we weren't doing much. Besides that, anybody that you want to see that you didn't get to see play?
I want to see more Tillman. I want to see more Malik Tillman.
Yeah, I thought because I was reading some articles and they were like, oh yeah, we might unleash Malik Tillman and all this type of shit, and dude's rating on FIFA is high as shit. So I'm like, yo, is this dude gonna play or not? Like, what's up?
I think he's number 1 for PSV in like goal contributions this season.
This year, I believe so. Yeah, I don't know, man.
I'd like to see him
because he's like an attacking mid, right? Kind of.
Yeah, exactly. And
he's 6'2".
Yeah, he's big. He's physical too. He's graceful. He can counter press well, like second balls and type of shit like that. He'll get stuck in.
He's silky. I like the way he moves. He kind of reminds me of I'll go like Loftus Cheek and like Ross Barkley, like when he's dribbling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the kind of
like when he's dribbling, you're like, oh, you can't take it from him. This dude's just fucking silky snaking it up the field.
As they would say in England, a Rolls Royce of a player.
Jesus Christ. No wonder they suck at soccer.
I liked what I saw from Tessman. I think
both of the Cardoso and Tessman, I hadn't really heard much about, and I was like, these dudes are solid. Because it's always the names of Adams, McKinney.
Tessman kind of just fucked his club career up because he was on Venezia with Busio, and they were in Serie B in Italy, and they got promoted up to Serie A. But then he got an offer from Lyon, and he was like, shit, they're a better team. I'm going to go over to France and play with Lyon. But
Never
then
do that.
Lyon just got like hit with fucking sanctions, and they're going to be relegated at the end of the season. So now he's going back to Division II football, but now it's in France instead of Italy, where it's even worse.
Yeah, never. I'm telling every American dude, man, just play where you can play. Don't try to do too much. Don't try to go for these big clubs. You know, it never really works out like that.
So I
Take
like
it
what
for
I
the
saw
Olympic,
from
man.
Tessman. I think he could work as a double six next to somebody else. I don't think he can play a single pivot like Busquets or fucking Rodri or any of those guys.
We don't have anyone on the team that can do that.
Exactly. And then the last position I'd like to take a look at is goalkeeper. Like,
You want to see Zach back? Or
huh?
somebody else?
I'd
You
like
want to
to
see Zach Steffen back or that other young
I'd like
kid?
to see Zach McMath. I'd like to see Gaga Slonina. I'd like to see some of these other. I'd like to see the fucking guy who was played in the Champions League in Israel, who's now on like Inter Miami or some shit. Like, I think we've seen enough from this group that's like Matt Turner is a capable backup, and nobody else is worth a shot in the squad. So you might as well get in some fresh blood there and rotate and see if you can figure something out. Because just running back Horvath and Guzan and whoever else you want to put with Matt Turner,
Zach Steffen.
it's not the solution. So I'd
So
like
no
to
more
see,
Zach Steffen?
Again, I like keepers who are comfortable with their feet. So if it were me, Zach McMath would probably be top of my list. I would like
Zach Steffen is comfortable with his feet. He made one mistake. He's really good with his feet.
I don't know, man.
I mean, look, for Pep Guardiola he's like Zach Steffen started in multiple important. He started in a fucking League Cup final game.
Where is he playing now? I honestly don't know.
He's in the fucking MLS playing with the Colorado Rapids. Unfortunately,
I wish I could say I watched a single game of theirs this year, but I did not.
He's still decent.
I don't know how he's doing, but for me,
he still gets called up. It's
like Slonina is he's on fucking Chelsea. There's another.
I haven't seen the guys you're saying. I have not seen any of them play.
He's like playing for Chelsea's U23s. He's like 19 years old. He's really good though. Then we got another kid who plays for Barcelona's B team that's in the second division of Spain.
Oh, okay. Hey man,
he's 18 years old. He's fucking good. You know, if you play goalkeeper for Barcelona, you're gonna be good with your feet. Yeah. And then Zach McMath has been like dependable top fucking 5 goalie in the MLS for a decade and is comfortable with his feet. So I think that's the profile of the guy that we need to bring in. I think we have the shot stopping, claim your box, safe penalties guy.
Well, that's the thing.
Matt Turner. I think we need another dimension.
I think most of those people are good enough shot stoppers to be a shot stopper. I think you're saying, we need the guy who's good with their feet. But I also think the other thing that adds something different, Matt Turner is fucking really good at stopping PKs.
Yeah, and that's what I mentioned. Like, keep him there as the second goalkeeper. But I'd like to see us try to cultivate somebody else.
We have like a shootout.
Yeah, Matt, do the Claudio Bravo shit. Throw him in.
Maybe. That might work. I don't know. For me, the only other person I would like to see, besides Malik Tillman, is if they can sneak him on more. Cade Cowell, bro.
Yeah.
That motherfucker is fast as shit.
He's got pace, physicality. He's direct.
Yeah. He just goes. He's not afraid of anybody.
He's one of those guys that's like, the coach is like, if you pass it to him in our half, I'm going to fine you. Yeah. But in their half, he's unbelievable.
He's special, bro. Let me tell you this. For Chivas, Guadalajara, who only signs Mexican players, he had to do his citizenship through his mom and all that type of shit. But for them to get an American dude on their team, this kid is special as fuck. And I saw he had the one chance for Jamaica. He played a Travella across the box. It was a little high, a little too much pace on it, but it was almost a goal.
But the
first contribution of the game, I was like, uh-oh. Because I can't unsee what I saw in that U18 and like Olympic USA run.
Where he was taking people on.
He was destroying everybody, no matter what country it was. I was like, hey, who is this?
I think that's a really good shout. I'd like to see him integrated. One more guy who I'd like to see is Diego Luna. Do you know him at all?
I think you talked about him last year.
Yeah,
won.
he's like 19 years old. He just won like Young Player of the Season for the MLS. He's a really short like winger / attacking playmaker. He's like 5'4" or something like that. Really good in tight spaces. Excellent dribbler. He's like captain of the Olympic team and all this other stuff. And for some reason, like we just haven't
that guy.
Yeah, we just have it with the blonde hair and whatnot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And for some reason or other, like we just haven't brought him into the senior environment. I don't know if they fucking notice, but he's Mexican. So if you guys don't fucking cap this guy soon, he's the best young player in the MLS. He's going to leave. Mexico needs players badly. He's the exact profile of a guy that they've been looking for, and they've been in contact with him. So
it's up to poach.
Quit fucking around. Go get this guy integrated in the squad and cap tie him to America before Mexico can take him.
Yeah, I think, unfortunately, I don't know what we're going to do with Giovanni Reyna and...
who gives a shit at this point?
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with him, and like, who's the big...
At this point, it's like Gio Reyna, he's barely played for 3-4 years now. It's like, you're no longer the guy who's getting on the Wonder Kid list with fucking Pedri. Like,
I think they need to stop with the, like, because they did this with the last era too, where it's like, that World Cup where they should, like when they shunned out Donovan, you should have also shunned out a lot of the other motherfuckers. Like they weren't supposed to be playing still. Those dudes were like 34, 35. I'm not saying Gio's not old like that, but like just because a dude has a name and has been on the radar, that doesn't mean you always have to pick him. Yeah. Plus, like you were saying, we only have a bunch of friendlies left. Like this Nations League thing is cool, and I think they might do that Confederations Cup thing before the World Cup or whatever, but you know, it's just a bunch of random ass friendlies. Like, try people, bro. Try as many people as you can. Try as many people as you can during these friendlies. See what we got, you know? Because of Gio, I don't even know what position he plays with this team because Pulisic and him are similar. And Pulisic is a better version of this dude. So it's like...
You'd have to play with 2 10s. That's the only place he can play is as a 10. There's no...
He can't have 2 10s.
He can't play on the wing. He can't play deeper in the build-up. Yeah. He can't be a box-to-box guy.
We're not good enough defensively to have, like, 2 guys that aren't like track back guys. Like Pulisic tries his best, but that motherfucker ain't getting back like that. He don't really care about defense. He just wants that ball. He's gone.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah. I think at this point, Gio Reyna is like, you should be happy to make the team because you've barely played soccer for 3 years.
Yeah, it's tough, man. Tough.
Well, guys, that was a little over 2 hours. A hell of a podcast for you. We tried to make up a little bit since we weren't able to do one last week.
Yep.
Next week, I think it's time to check in on the NFL. Both you and I have been trying to avoid it as much as possible since our teams are on a serious downslide, but there's no escaping it. Man. We're at the third quarter poll of the season, and it's time to do a roundup. We'll give some of our NBA observations as well. And then next week, the international break is over, and soccer resumes as well. So we'll have a lot for you guys.
Yeah. All right, man. Till then, sign us off.
North Carolina, continue to stand up.
Peace.
Thank you for listening to our podcast this evening. Thank you. You're far too kind.